What's up, everybody? We're gonna talk about some goggles, specifically Smith goggles, and how awesome they are and how much I love them. I have two other pairs, but we're not gonna pull those out. We're gonna talk about some of the newer versions with the Chroma Pop lens. Love Smith goggles. I use them for snowboarding. Oh my gosh, I've been filming so much snowboarding lately. I think I'm a snowboarder. I use them a lot for skiing, mountain biking, and then I'm waiting to get a pair of sunglasses. Let's start off with Smith Squad. Super awesome. To be quite honest, this is probably like my favorite pair in terms of like lens quality, and then also just how low profile it is. It's just a really great goggle for everyday use. And you get two lenses, which is really nice. So you get this kind of like sunny day every day. And then you also get, if I didn't mix up all the bags, a stormy day lens, which personally I don't normally use because it's not a Chroma Pop lens, but it's this like yellowy tinted lens. I mean, I've used it. It's just the contrast and the colors aren't really as good as, you know, their Chroma Pop. But anyway, the reason I'm doing this tutorial is that a lot of people have trouble switching out lenses, especially goggles that are expensive and they come with two lenses. You know, you get them, you buy them, and then all of a sudden you weren't really shown how to change them out and or, you know, what to do. And so this is what this is going to be for. So the Squad's pretty simple. What's really nice is that the frame is nice and rubbery. The only thing you have to worry about is scratching the inside of the lens. So never touch the inside of the lens. One thing that people always ask is, you know, when it fogs up, what do I do? Or if I get any sort of like moisture in there, what happens? Like, what should I do? What I've been told to do, what I've done, and will continue to do, take like a tissue paper, dab at the moisture, take the lens out, and just let it sit and dry for 24 hours. Each lens comes with an anti-fog coating inside, on the inside lens. And if you rub at that inside lens, not only is it softer than the outside, so you'll scratch it, but you're also rubbing away the anti-fog. So what's the point of then having the lens if you're rubbing that away? So you dab it very gently and let it sit and dry, and that should be good. Moving on to the lens interchangeable lens tutorial. So what I like to do, there's this rubber frame on the top. You pull that away like so. Okay, so there's that space. Then you pull at the sides. So this is the part where people get a little nervous because they're worried that they're either gonna break the lens or they're gonna scratch it or ruin the frame. Now again, this frame is super rubbery, see? Like, it's not, like I can twist it. Flip that piece under. I highly suggest you kind of push on the side and twist. So you're pulling and twisting. So that little bit right there comes unhinged. Do the same thing for the bottom. Then on the other side, it'll be a little easier because you have a little less resistance. Twist the frame and pull the lens away. Same thing at the bottom. And then this bottom part right here, there's two little hooks underneath the nose piece that you just unhook. Again, try not to touch the inside. I'm actually just grabbing the lens, the actual the frame, and try not to pull at the foam either. And there you go. So your lens is out. Now putting it back in, let's just say I'm putting back the storm lens, like I'm putting the storm lens in. It's just the opposite. So you put the nose piece in first. And this part can be a little tricky, but you know, let's make sure that that hook on the lens right there lines up with that little hole underneath the nose piece. So there you go. Now that's in. Make sure that the track in that rubber frame lines up with the lens as well. And then of course, get the bottom one in. There you go. And what I tend to do is line this little hook up. If you can see this little hook on the top, it's lined up with the frame. And so you just kind of bend and push until it gets into that hole. Sometimes it misses, so you might have to try it one more time. Line it up right there, line it up, and push it into the hole like that. And then try it with the other side. Again, make sure that that bottom frame is in line. So get the bottom one in first. So pop that in, you can push that, and then line it up with the frame and just push it into the hole as best you can. Again, if you get smudges or whatever on the outside, that's okay. And then you just, on the top, you just push down, make sure that the frame is in line, the groove right there is in line with the actual lens, and then you just push down. 110 bucks for 2 really quality lenses, can't complain. Then when you're done, just use breath and gently wipe with the bag that comes with a pair of goggles, the microfiber bag. There you go. That is the Smith Squad, really quality lens, and I love the color. So the next one I'm gonna show you is the Smith IO. They're about 3 years old, but still amazing condition. Again, comes with 2 lenses. This sunny day, really dark lens, which I freaking love. It's also a chroma pop lens. And also it comes with a stormy day lens, which is also a chroma pop lens, which is super awesome. So one thing that I really love about the Smith goggles, especially with the IO family, is that it comes with this little snap. And I tend to wear a beanie or a necky / my mask, a beanie, and then my goggles, and then my helmet. And trying to fit goggles tightly over my eyes, my nose, without one of these is kind of annoying because, you know, then I'm moving my beanie and all that stuff. So kudos to Smith for creating a little latch where I can just go like this and bam, perfect. They are a little bit higher profile, so the frame is a little bit more, is bulkier. So to do this, you flip these tabs up on the top, pretty simple. You pull that away from the lens, and on the side, there's nothing holding the lens. It's just kind of pressure from the actual strap. So you push these up, and then you pull the lens out from those little latches. They did a really good job at making sure that the nose was really secure. And when I first started to change out these goggles, I was really nervous about breaking them. But because these are mine, I don't really care. So the way that I tend to do this is you grab the cheek portion of the frame and you kind of rip it as best you can. Honestly, I made that look really easy. These are also older. On the newer lenses, they're probably gonna be a little bit tougher just because the plastic and the rubber isn't as malleable yet. But anyway, that's how you take it out. So again, flip the tabs, pull from the sides, make sure that these strap holders are kind of flipped out like so. And then on the bottom, hold the cheek portion of the frame and pull the lens away. Now to put it back, pretty self-explanatory as well. You do the opposite. First, get the nose piece in, and also have maybe one side of the lens into one of the side straps. So it's underneath where it needs to go. So you line up the nose piece. Oh, okay. It's difficult. Okay, so you got one. Make sure that the other one is also lined up. You might have to kind of move the lens and the frame a little to kind of make sure that it is all lined up and good. So there you go. Nose piece is in. Now you tuck the lens underneath the strap holders like this. So kind of you pull it to the side at like an angle, lift up, and then nice and easy. And then on the top, just lift the frame, make sure that the little tabs or the hooks are aligned with the little grooves in the actual lens right there, that these tabs go. So make sure that those are aligned. And then you just push down like that. That's pretty simple. So, Smith IOs, high quality goggle, 2 amazing chroma pop lenses. For some reason I remember that being so much more difficult. The last one, the Smith IO Mag. This is a little bit older as well. I think this is about 3 years old too. The price is gonna be a lot more expensive. So these are, the newer ones are $250. But again, it comes with 2 amazing, absolutely fantastic lenses that have like this watertight seal along with some sort of like padding in between the actual magnet portion and the lens. So you're getting a lot of protection, you're getting a lot of weather sealing, and they're also just like a massive lens. So you're getting a lot of like cylindrical, it's a cylindrical lens, you get a lot of like peripheral vision, really solid view. Also, I mean, you can't go wrong with like how much foam and padding there is here. It's so comfortable. Like, oh my gosh, so comfortable. Like, I could probably sleep in this. Love the latch, so convenient, especially for free riding. Lower profile, you know, the frame is like very minimal to the outside. So they're almost copying a little bit like Oakley's kind of frameless, but I like a little bit of frame. I don't know, personal preference. I do like a little bit of frame. The only issue I have with this is that the lens, if you don't take it off the frame correctly, will pull away from the magnet layer. So you gotta be very, very careful. Okay, so to do this, you have tabs right there on the side of your goggle. And so instead of pulling this way, so if you're holding the goggle like this, you're going to pull the tab so that this tab points that way, so it pushes out. So if I'm pulling this way, it moves to the outside. That's what you want. You don't want the other way. You don't want to go like this, because then you're locking it. You're gonna pull on this tab, make sure that it is fully open, and then you're gonna grab the top and the bottom of the lens. So if you can see, there's this tiny bit of frame right there. You're gonna hold that and you're gonna pull. If you do not hold that, and if you pull from here, you're gonna rip the lens away from this magnetic layer, which would be terrible. You do not want that. Hold the tab here, make sure that you're not touching the inside of the lens. You can maybe hold like the inside of the frame and around the foam, and then you just pull on both of those tabs, or both of these little bits of magnetic frame there, not the actual lens, and then you just pull it away, and then it pulls out. It's so quick, easy, interchangeable. Now, to put this back in, there's this little hook here, this thing. Make sure that when you put this back into the frame, it goes underneath. So there is this little bit of a lip right there. And you want to put this underneath. You tuck that underneath, the magnets will catch. You make sure that you pull on the tab, the lens will automatically kind of slip underneath. And then again on the other side, pull on the tab and make sure that it's secure. Do not pull on the lens. Pull on the top and the bottom of the magnet layer. And that should be it. So that's how you change these out. So in terms of like convenience for interchangeable lenses, the IO Mag takes the cake for sure. What's also really good is that the company, Smith, also creates different frames for different individuals, mainly Asian people, and also they differentiate between unisex and women. So The frames are a little bit narrower, the padding is a little bit thicker. For Asian people without a bridge, the padding on the nose is actually a little bit flatter and more substantial compared to this one. I mean, luckily I have a tiny bit of a bridge, but I haven't had much of an issue with goggle gap, which is if your goggles are here and you're looking up and there's like a massive gap underneath. So make sure that you don't have that, because that's not good as well. That is how you change out 3 amazing Smith optic goggles, snow goggles specifically. Go check them out on their website at smithoptics.com. All of the links in the description will be below, and you can check them out for yourself if you're planning to come up to Mammoth, if you're planning on going to any sort of ski resort, or if you're trying to just, purchase for next season. That's everything, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the tutorials on how to change out the Smith Squad goggle, the Smith IOs, and the Smith IO mags. All 3 very high quality goggles, 3 different price ranges, all come with 2 lenses, a stormy day and an everyday sunny day lens. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button as well. Please comment on anything that I might have missed and or kind of fumbled, and or just give me some suggestions on how to make this channel better for you guys. So thank you guys so much. Have a great week, and I will see you guys out on the slopes.